Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had an amazing Christmas. We are reaching the end of 2021 and we're gonna say hello to 2022 in a couple of days. I hope everyone is having an amazing vacation. Unfortunately, I had the flu last week, so my voice is a bit messed up, but that's alright. And I hope you guys like my new YouTube setup. I'm bringing that YouTube aesthetics into the channel. So we are having a Santa rally. Everything is going up, it's good, but is this gonna be a Grinch rally? Will we have the crash that we were anticipating? Or will Bitcoin reach another all-time high? Well, I don't know. Let's find out what the chart says about the cryptos, your favorites. So without further ado, let's jump into the charts and find out what's going on. Alright, so I am looking at Bitcoin. We actually crashed into $41,000 in beginning of this month, and we are almost at the end and we are at 50,000. So that's like almost $10,000 we have gone up during this month. That's like a 20%. So if you had traded during that, if you had bought the dip, you would have made 20%, which is not a bad amount. Now this is a head and shoulders pattern. We have this and then we have this crash over here in May. It took some time for us to recover, and look at this. Again, the same pattern, and now we're kind of forming a shoulder. Now what I think will happen according to the chart with Bitcoin is we'll go further up to this $57,000 mark, and then we'll crash down to 20,000. I'm still firm on my 20,000 theory, guys. If you watch my previous videos, you know that I've talked about Bitcoin coming into $20,000. We had the entire year, we tried to push above the previous all-time high 3 times. But we couldn't. I think that's when institutions were dropping their money, dropping their Bitcoin off, and then people are buying it. And of course, when you have a large amount of deleveraging happening, the market crashes. Still, the leveraging amount is extremely high. And if you're going long and if you want to get in right now, if you're a newbie just starting out your Bitcoin journey, do not get in at the moment. If you already held Bitcoin, hold it through. And I bought Bitcoin in 2020. I haven't sold my Bitcoin. I didn't trade Bitcoin. My Bitcoin is still there, and I'm gonna buy more when Bitcoin comes to $20,000. So that's my strategy, which I've spoken about many occasions throughout the channel. But if you're just going in, I would not recommend it. But for people who out there who like to short sell things, this looks like a golden opportunity. Now that's the worst case scenario, but the best case scenario is, of course, we are going to $100,000, which I don't think will happen anytime soon. Even though I want it to happen, I don't think it'll happen. Things don't work out the way we want all the time. So that's it for Bitcoin. If you're just gonna get into it, be very careful, have stop loss. Better yet, there are plenty of opportunities out there in the market. Hold it off and buy Bitcoin when it comes down to $20,000. Okay, now Solana, one of my favorite coins. I bought a Solana. I also made a video, which should be somewhere here. One of my favorite coins. I think it's got huge long-term potential. I'm on the daily chart. Let me go into weekly. You're also seeing that head and shoulders pattern in the weekly chart. I think Solana will also come down. Solana is most likely to follow Bitcoin, which is normal, but most of these coins actually do follow Bitcoin, so it's not a big deal. But for me, the reason why I like Solana, is that they're just like Ethereum, but the ecosystem is much better than Ethereum in my opinion, and can eventually pass Ethereum. I know it's a massive claim, but it has the potential to do it. But even if it crashes, make sure you buy some money, put some money into Solana and buy it and hold it longer term. As for traders out here, I would not be getting into Solana because, like I told you, this follows Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes up, Solana goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, Solana goes down. So you run into that Bitcoin risk, of course, and you could do all of your research, but at the end of the day, there's that X factor that you cannot control. For those who haven't got into Solana, right now it's looking good. Honestly, $200 for Solana is not a bad amount of money. It's totally worth it. But if you wanna have a wait and then wait till it comes down, you can always do it. But right now it's also not a bad amount. $200 is a very well justified price, a psychological price in my personal opinion. I also have a Solana. I'll be increasing my Solana amount in the coming days. I will make a video when I do that. Solana is actually looking good, and if you guys want to buy it, but of course do your own research. This is not financial advice. Now Shiba Inu, oh my god, Shiba and Doge actually had a really great year. Kudos to everyone who made money in Shiba, and I'm sorry for everyone who lost money with Shiba as well. Look, I never preached about this coin because I do not see any kind of real world implications with Shiba, so I did not talk about this coin in a good way. I still don't think it's that coin that you should hold long term, but again, I could be wrong. But again, Shiba has made so many people rich, and at the same time so many people poor as well. So you gotta be very careful with these speculative assets, and whether you like it or not, crypto is at an all-time high. We are at a bubble. The stock market is at an all-time high. So these things will come to an end, and when it does, it will end badly. Only the professionals, who I'm talking about, people with more money than me, more experience, they will manage how to make money. I still believe that there's still more money left to make in Shiba and these kind of things, but majority of the people aren't pros. Most of the people got into the market in the beginning of this year or in the mid of 2021. So we don't know, you guys don't know that much about trading or crypto or even how money works. So if you don't know how money works, there's no way that you'll know how crypto works. So again, be very careful. I'm not gonna tell you guys to jump into it. If you want to jump into it thinking you'd make money, do not leverage, do not borrow money and then buy into Shiba. And whatever you do, have a stop loss, have a 20-30% stop loss, whatever stop loss that you are comfortable losing, and that you can make that money back quickly in a shorter period of time. Alright, if you can't make that money back in a shorter period of time, do not buy into it. That's my advice for Shiba. Now Matic, this is the market cap, of course. We got $19 billion. Matic actually has been going very well, had a really amazing run in 2021. I think I'm on the weekly chart. If you draw a trend line, looks like we're touching that trend line. So you got 1, 2 and 3. So we're due for a correction. Matic will come to about, I think you'll see a 30 or 40% decline. You'll see a 40% to the downside. You will see a 40% decline. You will see a 40% decline in the coming days. So give it some time, and then when it does come to that level, buy some Matic. Matic looks like it's going to places and it'll do great things. I love Matic. The charts, in the chart it looks good, and of course the fundamentals are good as well. I will be buying Matic as well. I'll put a small amount of money, maybe $300-400 when it comes to that 40% mark. And of course, if you guys are buying into Matic, have a stop loss and do your own research. This is not financial advice. I have to say it because I don't want you guys to, you know, get wrecked in these crypto games. All right. Okay, Doge Coin. Look, I told you that Doge would come to that 18-cent mark, and it did. Look where this is where I draw the trend line, and it actually touched the trend line. Now I think Doge is kind of going through an accumulation process. A lot of people looks like you're buying it. To me, this looks like a Wyckoff accumulation. So if you buy into Dogecoin and hold it longer, I think Doge will go up further, because the reason why I push Doge more than Shiba is because I see real life implications of Doge, and I see worthwhile people, not celebrities, businessmen actually using Doge. I'm talking about Mark Cuban, of course, in the real world. So that means Doge has the capacity and the potential to be, adopted by so many other billionaires or companies and businesses. So to me, it looks good. If you want to buy into Doge, buy. Again, when you buy into anything, whether it's stocks or crypto, you have to make sure that you do it in a way that don't go all in. Put a portion of your net worth into these assets, and of course make sure you are investing with caution, have a stop loss, and of course make sure you put amount of money that you're ready to lose and you can make it quickly. All right, so I like Doge. The charts actually give me good vibes, and it looks like I told you a Wyckoff accumulation. That means people are buying into Doge. All right, ADA. Now ADA actually had a not so much of a good time in this crypto in this year actually, but again, it's not bad if you had bought it in early 2020s. You're still 500 something% up, so it's not technically bad. But if you had gotten during this 2021, mid 2021, you're still not at a loss, but the money is still the same. But if you had traded if you had bought it over here and traded it over here, then of course it's a different story. If you had kept, it's the same amount. But I would say hold on to ADA, don't sell. If you already bought it, you only lose when you sell. I think even ADA will have a huge part to play in the future. So do not sell your ADA even though it's down. But of course, like I told you, have a stop loss. And if you had a considerable amount of money over there and you just got in this year, of course, don't lose too much. You can always buy back into it if it crashes. But I don't think ADA will go past below this support line at 95 cents. It'll just accumulate. Looks like there's a huge, this line over here is a major support zone. This $1.45 and this 90-cent level is a really good accumulation level. ADA keep coming to it. We're still over here. We went from here. We went from February to August. It's almost 6 months. ADA just stayed in one place, so that's not a bad thing, that's a good thing. We still came back to that support line, so this has a higher chance of actually taking off. So do not sell your ADA, keep it. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening in. That's it for today's videos. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I was helpful. when you trade or invest, please do so with caution. I'll see you guys in another video. Until then, happy trading and be safe.